I am HipHopGamer. Yo, what's up? It's the one and only HipHopGamer, Hot 97. You already know what it is, baby. Logitech G, the G moment. Y'all ready? PAX West 2017. We live and we lit. Let's go. The worst pain I ever felt in my life was 7 loved ones lost overnight. Brooklyn, what up? So I changed all my wrongs to rights. Now I'm a gangster. I am HipHopGamer. The worst pain. Yo, what's up? FARCRY 5. Shut up. This is Andrew, and I don't even know what else to say. Like there's nothing else to talk about. You got Nick Rye, which is like my favorite. Like that's my favorite character right now. Like to use to destroy everything. Like y'all gotta see this game. Y'all gotta play this game. From it's gangster in terms of dropping bombs on people, and it's gangster because you could go fishing. Like you could do everything in this game, but the most important thing about the game is the story and how believable it is because of what y'all done to actually get the truth of what's going on and what can possibly happen. Story, man. Drew, talk to me. What's going on, man?
Well, for FARCRY 5, I mean, we're bringing the franchise to America. It's something the team's been wanting to do for a really long time. Sort of trying to figure out, well, what's a good place? What feels very Far Cry? You know, wilderness and exploration, animals, lots of dangerous things that are happening. And we sort of honed in on Montana. The team was actually, we sent a team out there to do a little, exploration, a little recon, sort of get a feel for it. And it was basically the minute that they landed, they were like, yes, this feels Far Cry. It's got that sort of, you go there and you land in your cell phone, like there's no cell phone towers. It feels very, very remote, right? It feels removed from society, even though it's like, it's sort of right.
No cell phone towers?
Yeah, the guys who went out there, their cell phone, like very, very spotty cell phone connection. You're going out to some places, meeting some folks, and it just feels like, it's very, your heart starts to pump a little bit more because it's like, if something bad were to happen, not a lot of people are going to know about it. And so that, for us, I think that's really sort of where the idea of, okay, this feels like a situation where if someone was sort of lost behind enemy lines, right? Like it feels okay. I've got to build an army to sort of build myself together. So we started talking about okay, what's a really cool bad guy that you're going to fight against? Far Cry's always about the villains, right? So we started to come up with this idea of a doomsday cult leader. We built this cult called the Project at Eden's Gate. Joseph Seed at its head. He's got this family that's sort of trying to take over control of this county, and you as the player are this sort of rookie sheriff's deputy. It's your very first day. You're coming in to arrest this crazy cult leader, and things do not go well from jump. Yeah.
Yo, this is crazy. Like, did y'all hear that? So now my next question is this. So I just came from Bethesda VR, and I was playing Doom VR. They also got Fallout VR. They're doing a lot of things in VR, right? You got PlayStation VR out there. Xbox One X look like they're going to drop VR sometime next year. Ubisoft is talented as your team is. I would love to experience that talent in the world of VR. Have you guys ever crossed your mind that, hey, maybe we could test out the waters to see what Far Cry would be like, Far Cry VR? What's up, man?
Well, I think it's an interesting question. I think for right now, we're so focused on just getting Far Cry 5 out on console for people. Who knows what the future holds? But as far as what the plans are, I mean, I don't know.
All right, cool. I think it'd be dope if you had a VR mode, in that game. I could fish in VR or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So now my next thing is the weaponry. So Far Cry is very well known for all their weapons and how they operate and stuff like that, and how you could also tame animals and use them as weapons as well. So from a gameplay standpoint now, what's some of the things that's different, considering the setting is different? So I would assume that the gameplay will be a little, different than the norm. What's some of the things that you guys did or tried to experiment with that you found success with in the game that we're going to experience?
Yeah, well, we're bringing a couple new tools for the player. Like you said, Far Cry's all about high action combat. that, letting the player sort of play the style that they want to, whether it's just a big action hero coming in guns blazing or a little bit more stealthy. So all of those weapons are going to be back stealth weapons and big action weapons and rocket launchers and machine guns and all that fun stuff. But we're also introducing the for hire system. So guns for hire this time, right? You were talking about Nick Rye earlier.
Yes, you already
Nick
know
Rye.
what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
my favorite parts.
So Nick Rye coming in with a plane, bombing stuff, right? Or Grace Armstrong, she's got a sniper rifle. She's going to be up high, sort of very, very quietly picking people off. Boomer, our fangs for hire.
Wait, just to cut you off, that's one of the best moves that y'all made in this game. I think Boomer, honestly, I think it'd be dope if there was a way where you could actually control Boomer, like as a character itself, and use Boomer to do some things.
Well, Boomer, you can send Boomer out to he'll do recon for you because he's a dog, right? So the cult, when you're walking into a cult outpost, they're not really going to pay attention to Boomer like they would Grace or Nick flying in his plane. So you send Boomer around, and what he'll do is he'll recon people for you. He'll tag them up so that you know exactly where everyone's at. You can get a better layout of the land, and then when the action's ready to go, you can sick Boomer on a guy. If he's got a gun, maybe he'll decide to take that gun and bring it back to you, so you get a little bit more ammo. Boomer is always gonna watch your back in the middle of a fight.
Is that your favorite character to use, like your favorite gunfighter?
Yeah, Boomer's really fun. Yeah, I enjoy going around petting him. There you go.
Right here. Yo, what's up? So first off, let me ask you a question, man. Like real talk. So what was it like being designed and being developed? Oh yeah. All right. Oh yeah. What's up, y'all? You know, we on Hot 97 right now, you know what I'm saying, Logitech. So what was it like being designed, you know, in this world in Far Cry? How does it feel to eat somebody or bite somebody and bring a gun back, you know, to to Nick or whoever is the person that you're rolling with? How does it feel? Can you talk?
I think he enjoys it. He enjoys it. Yeah. Boomer's a good boy.
Good boy. Yo, this is dope. Only my interviews, okay? So now the next question you got to hold the belt for.
Oh, of course.
Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. Sit. All right, so I'm going to tell you something right now. I asked this question like 3 times, all right? This is like my 4th interview for Far Cry. I demand an answer for this because I need it, right? And I love you, Raha, but I gotta ask this, man. What is the multiplayer gonna be like in this game? And the reason why I said that is because it has to be there. Like, it's too dope. The part where you grab the pitchfork and come on, son. Come on, we need that.
You know, we're not talking about multiplayer right now. What I can say, probably I'm not allowed to, but I think the people that are sort of looking for multiplayer and looking for map editing are going to be really excited when we start to unleash it.
Thank you. That's all I needed. I just needed a little bit of that. And you said map editing too. I can't wait to see that part. So now I got 2 more questions. We're gonna wrap it up. So now my next question is, and this is from more of a like how you choose your characters in the game. So like with the voice actors and like how you choose your characters, what's that process like to make the game feel real? You know, because to me, I love Pastor Jerome. Yo, when I saw his monologue and everything, I was already hooked on the game. And you'd be surprised at how fast somebody be like, you know, I'm gonna buy this just because of that. So what's the process like when you picking and choosing who's gonna represent your game?
I think for us, the goal from the story was to make the Resistance feel like it was full of real people, real Americans that you empathized with, and you come into the situation where they're under oppression by this cult, this very, very evil group, and they're in need of help. So it's whether it's Jerome, who sort of had his congregation taken from him, and he's willing to sort of sacrifice his eternal life, right, in his belief to save his people, or whether it's Nick Rye, whose family is at risk from the cult, or Grace, who's lost someone close to her, and she's just basically this avenging angel at this point. Everyone's been affected by the cult in some way, and it's a much more, I think, personal. The stakes are more personal for the people that you're going to meet. We've done a really good job in the past on Far Cry with the villains.
Boss.
Yes.
I just had it still to this day. Like I haven't played Far Cry 5 story, but Voss is the best villain that y'all ever created.
And I think that's the high water mark. That's what we're always going to be measured against. So the goal was, okay, how do we build not just one villain but 4 very rounded, very complex villains.
Hold on. You got 4 villains in this game?
4 villains.
Okay. Boomer, sit down. Let's go right here. Yo, I did not know that. I thought it was only one villain, like the dude in the church.
So he's the leader. That's Joseph Seed, the father, but he has a family with him. His 2 brothers, Jacob and John. There's a half sister, Faith. They are really the group that you're going to be facing against the course of this game.
Okay. Oh my God. All right, cool. So now for my last question, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this question to not just the Far Cry title, which I'm working on, but this is a question more so for Ubisoft as a company. Now, one thing I love about Ubisoft, and you know it's real on my video interviews and stuff, fearlessness. One thing I love about Ubisoft is that y'all have a prideful nature of being fearless in this industry. And I work with y'all all the time, and I genuinely love y'all, and I appreciate that. When it came to Watch Dogs 2, y'all wasn't afraid to have a black character be in the world of being a geek and tech and all this other stuff. You had no fear in doing that. When it comes to Far Cry with this one, you had no fear of showing what could possibly take place in terms of like how people will kill you if you don't listen to them. Like, you know, these things. Assassin's Creed with Origins, how y'all actually didn't whitewash it and actually got real Egypt in it. Like, y'all fearless, man. So my question to you: will Far Cry going forward remain in America? And if so, will you be willing to even touch on the things that America is facing now, considering that we under, you know, Trump's America and stuff like that? Do you feel that there's a story that could be told that's even closer to home beyond what we see here?
I think, you know, for Far Cry, it's always about what's a place and what's a villain that feels compelling and feels relevant to the time. You know, I think, you know, art entertainment always tends to be a product of its environment and the people that are making it, right? So I think it really depends on the creative team that's in place. What's the story that what they want to tell? Where's the place that they want to go? And I think, you know, Ubisoft is very open and willing to take creative risks that maybe a lot of other places won't. I think it's something that I think the company prides itself. We certainly on the Far Cry brand really appreciate the fact that, you know, there's not a lot of people saying, no, you can't do this, you have to do this instead, right? It's sort of embracing the creatives and saying, you know, we want to help you achieve your vision. And for Far Cry 5, I think that, you know, they've been with us every step of the way, and it's really exciting.
Yo, Ubisoft, I keep telling y'all, top 5 game publishers, game companies ever. Period. Top 5. I love Ubisoft. So, Far Cry 5 is coming out February
27th.
February 27th, 2018. PC, Xbox One, and yeah, that one. All right, cool. All right, now we out of here. One love and God bless on your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. God bless y'all. Ubisoft all day. Peace.